Fields, will you please stand for the pledge of the flag? Mr. Farley, would you lead us in the pledge? Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Call a roll, please.
Gary Farley.
Here.
Joe Crowell.
Here.
Jerry Sartain. Here. Joe Machado. Michael Rather.
Here.
Jared Barrett.
Here.
Zane Cantrell.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Okay, Joe Machado is absent, which is a normal voting member. At this time, Jared Barrett, who is alternate, will be voting today. We have the minutes that were mailed out to us. Are there any changes or corrections to the minutes?
Move be approved, Mr. Chairman.
Have a motion that be approved. Do we have a second? Have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Minutes are approved. We have two items of the fireworks property, and these would both be special exemptions. What I'll do is I'll ask the staff to go ahead and give us the details on each one. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them. At that time, then we will have a public hearing on each one of them. And at that time, if there's anyone here that needs to speak on the public hearing for the fireworks, we will give you time to do that. If you'll go ahead and give us the information you have now.
Thank you. Application 2015-26 is a request for temporary special exception approval, allowing the sale of fireworks on the property located in the commercial services zone. The site is a 7.61 acre parcel that's located just off Lebanon Pike at the address of 5630 Lebanon Pike, and it's developed as a plumbing supply business. And the applicant has located at this particular location the last 2 years and has come before the board and received special exception approval. The fireworks sale will last 7 days a week, June 20th through July 5th, and in accordance with our standards for temporary fireworks. We've not received any phone calls regarding this particular application. We did post a sign upon the property, and this is the site itself. He will be locating where this row of cars are parked. And these are photos of the surrounding area. The roadway that it's located. And you can see where we've identified where the tent will be located, well off of the right-of-way and meeting the setback standards for fireworks. The next application, 2015-27, is a request for a temporary special exception approval for the sale of fireworks in the Commercial Services District. This is a site where the applicant has located for multiple years. It's a vacant parcel that is located at the intersection of Shelbyville Pike and Oak Meadows Drive. And the slideshow appears to be frozen, but it's a 10.31 acre site, and it's located at 3960 Shelbyville Pike, if I didn't already state that. We've not received any complaints in the past regarding the operation of the tent from this location, and his request is the same as previous years. And staff finds that the application 2015-27 meets the criteria for the fireworks stand and recommends approval with conditions.
Are there any questions on either one of these? Okay, the Lebanon Pike fireworks, we will open that for a public hearing for anyone who'd like to speak on it. Close the public hearing. Do we have a motion on it?
I make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to be approved.
Second.
Have a second. Call the roll, please.
Gary Farley. Yes. Joe Crowell. Yes. Jerry Sartain.
Yes.
Jared Barrett.
Yes.
Zane Cantrell.
Yes.
Carries.
Next item is the Shelbyville Pike fireworks stand. We'll open that for a public hearing for anyone who'd like to speak on it. Close the public hearing. Have a motion on it?
Motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion and second. Call the roll, please.
Gary Farley.
Yes.
Joe Crowell.
Yes.
Jerry Sartain.
Yes.
Jared Barrett.
Yes.
Zane Cantrell.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, the next item we have is a request by Danny Wallace, Mid-10 Collision Properties, who is requesting a special exemption approval and for an automotive repair and servicing business, and this is located on a commercial neighborhood zoning district. What do you have on that, please?
Thank you, Chairman Cantrell. The applicant, Middle Tennessee Collision Properties, is requesting an application 2015-28, special exception approval to establish an automotive repair and servicing business on a property located in the commercial neighborhood zone. The location address is 2400 Blackman Road, and the site is 3.7 acres. The applicant would like to develop the site as an automotive repair and servicing business, but more specifically, an auto body repair service. The existing home, which you were able to see the photos of the site in the previous meeting, is a double wide that will be removed should the applicant receive approval prior to development of the site. They would have to go through site engineering plans or site engineering review before they could obtain permits to construct the parking areas and the structures to propose use. The site's already zoned neighborhood, however, this type of use is only allowed via special exception. The site is adjacent to other commercially zoned properties that carry the same zoning category. We reviewed the site, the conceptual plan that was provided and included in your packets, and for the most part we were able to determine that he does meet the general setbacks of the zone. However, all of these details will be verified and he'll have to demonstrate meeting all the regulations that are engineering and zoning related during the site plan review process, and that will have to receive Planning Commission approval before it can move forward. We did not receive any phone calls regarding this particular application, I guess because of the changing conditions in this particular area, especially with the fact that the site is directly adjacent to 840 and another two-lane road. Staff finds that it meets the criteria for exception approval and recommends approval.
Do we have anyone here representing this request? Mr. Wallace, if you'll come around to the podium, right here. Mr. Wallace is a respected businessman in Murfreesboro, been around for a long time. I've even had a couple of cars fixed there. And if he doesn't do it right, you bring it back and he fixes it for it. So I'm not doing a commercial for you, Mr. Wallace, but we appreciate the kind of work that you do. If you'll tell us about what your proposal is and what you plan on doing there.
Okay, we're planning on putting in a collision.
You'll speak into the
Okay,
mic.
I'm sorry. I've got some pictures too of some two other facilities that we built. You know, we don't. We're just in the collision repair business. We're not a wrecker service. 99% of our work is insurance work. So when the car comes to our facility, we either we diagnose it and then we either repair it or the insurance company totals it, and it's out of there. So there's not a bunch of fluids laying on the ground, you know, and there's not a bunch of junk. There's nothing sitting outside. We have privacy fences, you know, brick buildings. You know, we try to keep it really upscale, and all our painting is done inside a paint booth. You know, OSHA approved paint booth. There's not a bunch of paint fumes. You're not going to smell anything, and you know, we keep our facilities clean. We don't have a lot of things laying around. There's nothing out when we leave at night. There's no wrecked cars sitting outside, and we're not in the restoration business where we pull one in, work on it, pull it out, pull one in, work on it. So there's not a bunch of junk sitting around. We repair them and they leave, or they're totaled, and the insurance company picks them up.
Any questions? Jerry?
Would you ever expand this site, or is this as big as it's going to get?
That would be as big as it's
Okay,
gonna get,
thank you.
yeah. And I've got pictures of two of our other facilities we built. Anybody be interested in seeing them?
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. You may be seated. We'll open this for a public hearing for anyone who'd like to speak on this request. Close the public hearing. We have a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve the request.
Motion to be approved.
Second.
Have a second. Call the roll, please.
Gary Farley,
Yes.
Joe Crow,
Yes.
Jerry Sartain,
Yes.
Jared Barrett,
Yes.
Zane Cantrell.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Is approved. That, you have anything else? Any other business? Anything from the board? We are adjourned. Thank you.